Can you hear me now? Thanks for joining me this afternoon to learn about how we can improve our listening skills. Although it can be tricky sometimes, I hope that you will gain some insight from this presentation. Today we will cover ways to improve your listening and the 10 commandments of listening. I can hear you, but I'm not listening. Many times we hear this phrase from people. They say they're listening, but they're really not, but they still can hear us. Listening, even as an adult, can be difficult. Sometimes things are in our way and we get fidgety, so then we turn to tune out and then we aren't tuned in and listening to the presenter or whomever is talking. If you can, sit in the T zone of a room. This is the first 2 rows of the room and then the center that goes all the way to the back. Sitting here can optimize your listening ability and for you to pay attention to what is going on. A simple way to improve listening is to turn off your phone. It's a small distraction that turns into a big distraction when you're trying to listen to somebody. And it also is hard to present as a presenter when you see somebody on their phone. Among all, decide to be a better listener. This also can create ourselves to be conditioned to become a better listener. Desiring to listen better will make you a better listener yourself. The 10 commandments of listening. First off, just stop talking. It's a distraction to all of us, and many times when you do it, it just gets people on edge. Second, put the talker at ease. If you make the talker feel better, he or she will do a better job. Then you will have a better input with the work that's being done. Third, show the talker you want to listen. If you show that you can listen to the talker is more likely to speak and make sure that you understand the topic at hand. And you also create a climate that's easier for the presenter to be in. Fourth, remove distractions. Things that will distract you or the talker, get rid of them. Put them aside. If you know they're going to be a problem to you, then don't bring them with you. Fifth, empathize with the talker. Put yourself in their shoes. Think about if you were the one up there trying to present to somebody. Would you want somebody tapping their pencil or on their cell phone or even on their iPad? As technology grows, so do distractions sometimes. So remember, you're going to be in their shoes one day too, possibly. So put away the distractions and try to empathize with the talker because you could be there one day as well. Continuing with the 10 commandments of listening, patience is also key. You may get uncomfortable or just get irritated with the talker. So to be a good listener, give the talker time. Make sure that you remember not everyone can cut to the chase as quick as you can. Everyone has their own way of presenting. So have patience with the presenter. That way you get all the information. Sixth, hold your temper. It can be frustrating when we know something that we're already being presented with, and that can impede on the communication that we have as a listener. So when we build anger, that builds a communication barrier with the talker. Then we end up zoning out. So remember, cool your temper, and that way you can listen better. Ninth, go easy on argument and criticism. Don't constantly bring up a point that needs to be argued, and don't critique the person the whole time. Remember, you need to empathize with them as well. And sometimes they don't know everything, and that also makes the talker shut down and get mad as well. So when you do have a question, present it in a polite way, or if you're questioning what's being presented, remember, they may have an answer for you. Ninth, ask questions. No question is a bad question. As long as you're asking for clarity, the talker is more than likely going to be free to open up with you. So ask the questions that you have. And even by asking questions, you can delve into deeper conversation about the topic at hand. That's a great way of opening up and creating more discussion with somebody. Lastly, stop talking. We've said it first and we'll say it last. All the other commandments depend on this. When you're having a side conversation with a coworker or you're just your neighbor next to you about what's going on, it's very distracting to the person who is presenting to you. So Stop talking. Just cut it out. It's not going to kill you not to talk for a little bit of time. And then sit back and enjoy the presentation. You might just learn something.